Welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to show you how to take the cheapest, nastiest pack of chicken you can find and turn it into something edible. This is a little bit of a different video than I usually do, kind of a meal prep type thing, but I think it will be useful information for people who are trying to get more protein, eat healthier on a budget. So let's begin. Let's start out with the tools and ingredients that you're going to need for this. Obviously, a cutting board to prep the chicken, a knife. I would suggest a knife sharpener. A sharp knife will make your life much easier while doing this. Something to marinate the chicken in. I've just got a large bowl here. And now on to ingredients. Obviously chicken. I have chicken thighs here. They're not well trimmed at all, so that's going to be the first step, is to trim off all the skin and fat, get rid of the bone, and I'm going to cook it in the Ninja Foodi here, but you don't have to use that. You can use the oven, you can cook it on the stove top, you could cook it any way you desire, grill it, whatever you think is proper. Moving on, I'm going to marinate it in my own mix here. I have garlic, salt and pepper, always salt and pepper, oil, Worcester sauce, smoked paprika, which is a good ingredient if you're cooking in something like a foodie, and onion powder. I could use garlic powder, make my life a little easier, but I have fresh garlic and it just tastes better. You could also use a pre-made marinade. This stuff is delicious, but I want to prepare my own. You don't even have to marinate it in something like this. You can just use oil, salt, pepper, and something like an Italian herb. That's really good. Pre-made seasonings are a great way to go if you're in a hurry. Just add a little bit of oil, add the seasoning, salt and pepper, and then let it set for 30 minutes, couple hours. What else do I have? Cajun seasoning, that's another favorite of mine. This stuff I'm not too big on, but that's really good on chicken as well. Now, let's get on to the prep portion of the video. I'm going to start out by prepping the garlic. If you need a technique on how to do this, watch someone else. Add it to the bowl. Okay. That's that. Now, I have a food scale here, which makes my life easier because now I won't have to wash measuring cups or spoons. So let me switch to milliliters here. I am going to add 1 tablespoon. I don't like a lot of oil. That's 15 milliliters. You could just use a measuring cup or don't measure it like I usually do because I'm an animal. I'll add 2 teaspoons of this. So that's 5 milliliters per teaspoon. So I'll add 10 milliliters. There we go. I don't like a lot of Worcestershire sauce. I think it's a little aggressive. Salt and pepper, lots of pepper. A little less salt. Smoked paprika, that stuff is good. Makes it have that grilled flavor. Not really, but it helps. Add some onion powder. You could add soy sauce or something else. I might add a pinch of chili flake in here. Dry ingredients work better when they're marinated for a while. If I were going to cook this more promptly, I would use sriracha or some type of other seasoning, but dried chili flake will have enough time to hydrate in there. That's just a simple little marinade. May need to add a little bit more liquid to get it cohesive, but we'll see here. And this chicken I bought here, super cheap. It was $2.53 for 2.5 pounds, almost 2.6 pounds. So that's some cheap chicken, 99 cents a pound. I'm going to trim off the skin, bone, and fat just to get it more lean. But you can eat that if you want. It tastes delicious, but I'm trying to cut back on my fats and everything. But cheap. This is going to be 2 meals for me, maybe 3, depending on how much I have left after I trim it. So that's a good deal. Cut open the chicken. I like to keep the bag that I brought it in to put all the trimmings in. All the trash. Normally I would save the bones or skin and make other things, but today I'm not doing that lesson. So we'll get there. The skin, just peel it back till you can't anymore. Find the end there, trim it. Simple, easy. See, there's a little bit of fat there. Trim that off. That's a little wasteful. I'll be better on the next one. But I'm not trying to get it completely lean. I do like a little bit of flavor. But let me finish this one, then I'll trim the others off camera and be back. Also, you don't have to trim it off the bone. I just like to, so it's quick, simple. Heat it and eat it. I just prefer to do this prep work so it's easier to eat, easier to prepare. But put that in a pot, carrot, some celery. Baby, you got a stew going. Once again, you're not going to get all the fat off there. It's not going to be the leanest cut of meat, but it's going to be a delicious cut of meat. When you trim off the bone, there's going to be some tendon left here. And no matter how weak you might think a tendon is, it's going to be really tough to eat. So you're going to want to cut that out for sure. And this doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't for a date. This is for meal prep. You know, don't feed this to other people. If you want a meal that's pretty, use a stove, use an oven, leave the skin on. This is more just for eating healthy on a budget, trying to put more protein into your diet. Now, take the marinade, mix it into the marinade. They're all incorporated. Put a lid on it, take it to the fridge, put it on the bottom shelf, not around any prepared foods. Leave it away from anything prepared, just be safe. It's not like salmonella is going to jump from the chicken to anything else, but you do want to make sure you're being safe with your food. Leave it in there for about 30 minutes, an hour, up to 2 hours. Alright, so it's been about an hour and 20 minutes since I prepared the chicken. Let's get into actually cooking it. Once again, I'm using the Ninja Foodi. You can use the oven, which is my old preferred method. You can grill it, which would be really good, but I'm going to use this. So I like to start out by preheating the Foodi. So you just turn it on. I'm going to use the air crisp function, set the temperature to 400 and start it. I'll let it preheat for about 5 minutes. Once that's done, I'll be right back. Alright, we're getting close to 5 minutes. I just want to tell you, I forgot to weigh this out after I trimmed the skin and bone out, so I'll do that now, and then I'll keep track of that and let you know the macros at the end of the meal. I'm also planning on pairing it with broccoli, or sometimes I just saute spinach. It's a lot easier just to throw a ton of that in a pan and eat more of that. But make rice. I have brown rice from last night. It's brown rice. There's nothing special about it, or tasty either. Alright, we're just about 5 minutes in. Let's start this process. So you just spray and make sure it doesn't stick in there. Lay them as flat as you can in there. That way there's more surface area for the heat to get to the meat. Try not to overcrowd it. Just barely going to fit these in here. I'm going to set that for 20 minutes. 10 minutes on the timer. I'll be back to flip those, but let me check how much. That weighs 1 pound, 9.5 ounces, which is pretty good. That's going to be 3 meals. I mean, half a pound per meal. Let me get this all cleaned up. I'll be back in 10 minutes to flip those. Alright, it's been just about 10 minutes. I washed these with soap and water, by the way. Make sure you clean up, because these were just touching raw chicken. Let's flip these over. Oh yeah, those look good. Alright, I'm going to wash these and I'll be back in another 9 minutes. Alright, we're getting pretty close to done here. I decided this is going to be 4 servings. Be a lot of food if I ate it in 3 servings. I have a half cup of brown rice cooked here. I chose raw broccoli. I prefer it raw. You can cook it if you like. This is just under 3 ounces of broccoli. Could eat more serving, but all together with one of these chicken thighs, this half cup of brown rice, and this broccoli, it's 348 calories, 18 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and 40 grams of protein. So that's a big hit right there of protein. This is what you want. This is the kind of meal you want if you're working on putting on muscle, or just a healthier meal. Not bad on the macros at all. But this thing just went off. Let's check it out. Ooh, that looks good. Alright, let me weigh out how much we have here. Once again, I cleaned these. Alright, we have 1 pound, 1.2 ounces. So that's a good amount of food. I'm going to pick this one right here for my lunch. This how it looks completed. Delicious. Yeah, if you're trying to find healthier ways to eat, trying to put on muscle, or just cut back on fats, this is a good recipe. Really cheap. You can buy the chicken thighs for just a couple dollars a pound, a couple of pounds for a couple of dollars, so about $1 a pound sometimes. Broccoli you can get anywhere for super cheap. Rice, super cheap, so try to eat healthier throughout the week. Try to cut back on those processed foods and get yourself eating things fresher that you prepare yourself. Alright, thank you for watching, and please come back, like, comment, subscribe if this helped you, and I'll see you later. Bye.